we live, how we live. Say they don't love her, they just love it, how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. How we live, how we live, how we live, how we live. How we live, how we live, they don't love her, they just love her, how we live. Have faith a minute, but put your trust in nobody. Yeah. I said have faith a minute, but put your trust in nobody. Have faith a minute, put your faith in nobody. I done been around, halfway around the globe, probably still ain't met nobody.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie.
And a shot here of the arena from up top. Beautiful night here in Houston, Texas. On the road and hungry for a win against a Western Conference rival, the Golden State Warriors are ready for this thing to get started. Home court advantage goes to the Rockets playing here in Houston. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair. As we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Well, for James Harden, with his incredible regular season last year, Clark, you knew he was in for a great postseason as well.
And it was a bit of a roller coaster for him in the playoff run. I mean, he could vanish one game, but then explode for 40 in the next.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position.
And with Harden in the playoffs, it was an all-or-nothing situation at times. He definitely stole some games for Houston in their run to the conference finals. But, man, did he have a rough one when they were eliminated by the Warriors.
And here's Houston. Pass to Beverly. Back to Harden. Takes a three. Kept alive by Houston. Money in his kicks to Harden. Over Green, and it's good off the back rim and in. Harden's got his second bucket.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Thompson passes to Curry. Bogut dishes to Barnes. To the inside, Curry. It's deflected. Here's the break. And the jam by Harden.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play. And, you know, that tough game for Harden in the conference finals, a dozen turnovers for him, set an NBA record for most turnovers in a playoff game. Not how he wanted to go out, but he showed he can carry a team for stretches during the playoffs.
Here's Beverly. Following the basket by Stephen Curry. There's a screen by Modi Yunus. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Howard slams it back in.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir. Oh. Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of you.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Kicks to Barnes. On the wing, Thompson. Outside Curry. The drive by Green. Feeds to Bogut. Golden State moving it around. Curry passes to Barnes. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
And it's sent back by Bogut. 4-on-3 break. Curry against Beverly. Curry dishes to Thompson. There's the three. Dwight Howard grabs the board. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the sixth best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact. Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Moniunas. Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. It's Iguodala with the drive. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. The Warriors also with a sub. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. On the wing, Iguodala, covered by Brewer. Iguodala kicks to Livingston. Iguodala, right side. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Hey, guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skill. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
Terry, the pass to Beasley. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Warriors have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Spates kicks to Iguodala. Passes it to Ezeli. For three, Barbosa can't get it to go. And Houston the other way. Here's McDaniel. Oh! It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
The Warriors have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team. Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Terry outside. Shoots from the elbow, but they'll get another chance. Here's Brewer, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Brewer hits them both. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot. If I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot, and it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Kerr is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Beasley out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Spates. Barnes comes in for Brandon Rush. Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! It's Harden with the drive, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Stephen Curry's checked in for Golden State.
Let's go.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
Harden against Barnes. 5 to shoot. The Rockets again can't hit. Warriors trail by 5. Bogut dishes to Curry. Right through the D for the layup. Curry's got his second bucket of the night. And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. And Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And, you know, Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly recruited player out of high school. Grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
Here's Beverly. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. That's good.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Vasili's checked in for Andrew Bogut.
Let's go.
Checking in for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Beasley the screen. Ariza goes in. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Warriors trail by 5. Thompson misses. Now here's Beverly. The pass to Harden. Lets it go with a 3. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. The Rockets making a switch here. Monteunas is checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Livingston's checked in. Look at that jam! I mean, just beautiful. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Curry. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. McDaniels is checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Spates checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Curry. Terry outside. The floater. Here's Capella. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barbosa's checked in. Misses from short range. Like last season, we saw Mona Eunice make some nice drives.
Yeah, a big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Houston.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Festus Ezeli.
And Montezuma's actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
Terry the pass to Brewer. He kicks it to McDaniels. Buries the long-range jumper. McDaniels got 4 points in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here's Terry. He's guarded closely. He feeds it to Mona Eunice. Uncovered. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Rockets lead by 20.
And Montezuma is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
A shot by McDaniels, no good. Warriors trail by 20. Spates. The half-court bomb falls off target.
Boy, they're trailing in this game, and they're starting to settle for jumpers offensively.
Yeah, it could work, but I wouldn't take that approach, Clark. They should be fighting their way inside for better looks.
Iguodala, wide open. Oh, a monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Simply fantastic. Cool as they come. Even keel and flatline that one.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Rockets lead by 19. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 13 points and 2 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots.